Text number one. This chapter is called setting the scene. Basically, it gives us the background on what grounds Bhagavad Gita was spoken. Why Bhagavad Gita was spoken. So that we'll understand. Dhatarashtra Vacha Dharma Kshetre Kurukshet. You can say chant with me, that's not a problem. Dhatarashtra Vacha Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre Samveta Yuyusavaha Mamakaha Pandavaschaiva Kimakurvat Sanjaya. So it's very easy. Dhritarashtra Vacha means Dhritarashtra said, Dharma Kshetra Kurukshetra, in that place of pilgrimage or place of religion, Dharma Kshetra, in Kurukshetra, Samveta Yusabha. Samveta means all of them, Yusabha, with the desiring to fight, Mamakaha Pandavas Sheva, my sons and the sons of Pandu, Kimakurvat Sanjay, what did they do? Oh Sanjay. That's quite interesting. It's quite funny also. He's himself saying Yusabha, with the desire to fight in Kurukshetra. And then he said, what did they do? It's like with a desire to eat the food, they enter into Krishna hall. And what did they do? It's obvious. So, you know, some small comments were there because he was fearful. This is Dharma Kshetra, this is Kurukshetra, and my sons are not on Dharma. So the Prabhupada gives a very simple, very nice example. Just like Krishna, this is the Kshetra, Kurukshetra, it's like a farm. And Krishna is the person who is doing the farming. And he'll pull out the weeds like sons of Dhritarashtra. You know, Shashikant Prabhu is expert in that. Pulling out the weeds. Is it not? Get this weed pulled out. Yeah. Not in my farm. No, not allowed. Similarly, so Krishna is the form of dharma only. He's wherever adharma is, he will pull it out. So he was fearful that maybe my sons will get defeated. Or another import of Dharma Kshetra was that maybe because of Dharma Kshetra, because of their influence, maybe my sons will change their mind and they will not fight. So some compromise may happen. So although he was knowing that they had come for fighting, there was no doubt. But still he was doubtful what will be the outcome of this battle. Will the battle be fought at all or not? So that is how the whole discussion starts. Okay, Sanjay, share with me. Sanjay Vacha Drishtva tu Pandavanekam Vyudham Duryodhanastada Acharyam Upasangam Ya Raja Vachanam Abravit. Sanjay Vacha means Sanjay said, Drishtva tu Pandavanekam. Anekam means phalanx, military phalanx. Drishtva tu Pandavanekam. Seeing, Drishtva means having seen the armies of Pandavas. Drishtva tu Pandavanekam. Vyudham Duryodhanastada. So now, and not only that, that military, but military arranged in vyuha. Vyuha means very nicely arranged to fight them. Duryodhanas, you understand? Duryodhan. And tada means after that. And after seeing the military phalanx. Phalanx, you understand? Phalanx means group or a whole army. The military phalanx of or military arrangement of the Pandavas, Duryodhana was very much surprised, and then Acharyam Upasangamya. He went close to the Acharya. Now here Acharya refers to Dronacharya, who was their military commander also. So he went close to the Acharya. Upasangam, Sangam is to join, and Upasangam you can have the meaning. He went close to Acharya, Dronacharya, and then Raja Vachanam Abravit. That Duryodhan, who was a Raja, he spoke these words. Vachanam is very easy to understand. Vachanam means words, and Abravit means spoke. Now, if you remember from the commentary, it's quite interesting that Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan explains why he's being called as Raja. He's not Raja. So he was saying, because he's expert in Rajaniti. That's why he's called Raja. Duryodhan is not Raja. He's not the king. But because he's very expert in politics, that's why he's called Raja. Because now he's seeing, oh, Pandavas have such a great military phalanx. And please hear very carefully. This fight is happening only after 18 days. I'm sorry, I'm not 18 days, but very soon. The 13th year has finished of exile. Now they are coming out. So very soon, there were some negotiations, but very soon this military has been arranged. So that was very surprising for Duryodhana. And not less also. If they had 11 Akshahonis, Kauravas, they also had 7 Akshahonis. That was also very surprising. So then he went to Dronacharya. And why he's being called Raja? Because he's very good in Rajaniti. He's not Raja. Raja is the Rashtra. And it's quite interesting that Sanjay is talking now to Dhritarashtra. Who is the Raja? Who is the king? So you understand. So he's the Yuvraj. He's the crown prince. He's not the king, but he's being called as Raja because he's very good. He's very good in politics. Okay, you're able to follow? Or I'm going too fast? Pashyetam Panduputranam Acharya Mahatim Chamom Vyudam Drupada Putrena Tava Shishena Dhimata. You see how he's giving Kataksh. How do you say Kataksh in English? He's not criticizing. It's slighting his Acharya. Means he is giving. No. Kataksh is. I'm not getting comment. You can say, but is a hidden comment. So he's kind of now. You see what he's saying. Pashya etam Panduputranam. Pashya, see these people. Pashya means see. Was Dronacharya not seeing? What is the meaning of Pashya? He's pointing out to Dronacharya. You pick up this point. Just like in your home, have you not heard like this sometimes? When we got bad grades, our father will to say, "See your son," as if we will tell to our mother, "See your daughter, what she has done." The daughter is visible. What is the meaning of seeing? Seeing means see what they are doing. So now, Pashyetam Panduputranam. See these Panduputras. They are your most dear disciple, is it not? Yes. And see what they are, how much they are adamant, how they're arrogant. Now they're coming before you to fight. See. So incite Dronacharya. Don't ask me any question right now. Let me just stop the chat. I don't like to hear today any questions. Just hear the flow. No one should chat now. No, they just don't disturb me. I just want to give you the flow. I'm not giving the whole philosophy. That you have to hear the recording now. So they say Pashyatan Panduputranam. These people are see. Like this, your disciples. And Acharya Mahatim Chamum. Oh, Acharya refers to Dronacharya. Mahatim Chamum, you see their Mahati. Mahati means great, and Chamu means military phalanx. See their great military phalanx. Vyudam Drupada Putrena. And this has not been arranged by anybody. This Vyudha, you understand? This arrangement is not by anybody but Drupada Putrena, Drushtadumna. You knew that this fellow has been given birth to kill you. But you were so generous that you gave him all knowledge. Don't do that mistake again. 1 second. So what he's saying, my dear my dear Guruji, you are foolish. That's what he wanted to say. You have been foolish to give all the military instructions to Drupada Putrena. There's nobody else who has arranged all these things. Aapka fault hai, is your fault. That's why we are in such a trouble. Now you understand the meaning of Duryodhana? That's why it's called Rajaniti. Tava Shishena Dhimata. Dhimata means very intelligent. You are not intelligent. He is very intelligent. He learned the science from you. Now he is bringing the military in front of you to fight you and kill you. So I say, I'm not able to understand that word. Word is very nice. Kataksh means double language. So although he's calling him as sarcasm is the word. Yes, sarcasm. He's sarcastically speaking to his own teacher. So derogatory. We never speak like this to the teachers, is it not? Again, see that. He was thinking we are maintaining them, so they are obliged to teach us. He did not have actually respect for his teacher. See how he's behaving with the teacher. Atra Shura Maheshwasa Bhimarjuna Samayudhi Yudhano Viratascha Drupadascha Maharatha. Now if maybe Dronacharya says that Drishtadyumna is not very powerful. What do you worry? You remember, if you actually read if you remember the links, all those links were spoken. Drishtadyumna, he's a firefly, nothing in front of me. No, 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 no. Atra Shura Maheshwasa. Ishwasha means they are very, Maheshwasha means great bowman. Is not Drishtadyumna, I know is not very powerful, but Atra, in this army, Atra means which you are seeing now, Shura, they are very, how to say, valiant, and Maheshwasa, they are very great bowmen. A person may be a great bowman, he may be very expert in archery, but may not be, I would say, valiant to fight the war also. But they are valiant and they are very powerful, and do not underestimate them. Bhim Arjun Samayudhi, they are equal to Bhim and Arjun. Now you see, the situation is very grave. It's not only Drishtadyumna, it's not only their army, but they are very great fighters which are there in this military. Are you able to understand what I'm trying to say? And then he takes other names. Yudhano Viratascha Drupadascha Maharatha. Yudhan, Virat and Drupad. They are very powerful people. It's quite interesting. You must have remembered when Dronacharya had asked, when their military training had finished. So then they said, my dear Guru Maharaj, what Guru Dakshina you want? He said, you please capture Drupad. So all the 100 Duryodhana, or the 100 Kauravas, they could not get a victory over Drupad. Rather, they were kind of captured. They were driven away. But the 5 Pandavas were they defeated Drupad and brought them in front of Dronacharya. So that is a very important word, Drupada. Drupad was not an ordinary person. He could defeat the whole Kauravas alone. It's quite powerful. So he says, do not think that only Drishtadyumna is there, but there are other people who are very powerful. So do not underestimate their strength of the opposite army. Other names he takes. Drishtaketuscha Kitana Kashirajascha Viryavan Purjita Kunti Bhojascha Shabyascha Narapungavaha. So Drishtaketu, they are names of the fighters which are on the side of the Pandavas. Drishtaketus, Chekitan, Kashiraj, Purjit, Kunti Bhoj and Shabya. They are Narapungava means the best among the fighters. They are best among the human beings. They are very powerful. So they have a good, you please take the estimation of their army. They are quite powerful. I will allow the chat, but don't ask any questions. I don't want to be so strict. But right now there is no option for questions. Just hear the flow and then later on you can ask questions. Okay. Again, same thing. And the names of the people on the Pandavas army. Yudha Manyuscha Vikranta Uttamaujascha Viryavan Sobhadro Draupadeyascha Sarva Eva Maharatha. So Yudhamanyu, Uttamauja, Vikrant. Who is Vikrant? I'm not remembering. Anyways, Sobhadra is very easy to understand. Sobhadra means Abhimanyu and Draupadeya means sons of Draupadi, and they are all great warriors like that. Yudhamanyuscha Vikranta. I think Vikranta, means just see the translation. I mean, no, that's all right. Well, the word meanings. Vikranta here refers to, what is the shloka? Mighty. So it is referring to the quality, not the name of a person. Because many times I heard the name of Vikranta here, so I was thinking that Vikranta is the name of a person. So Yudhamanyu is Cha Vikranta, means is very powerful, mighty Yudhamanyu. Uttamauja, he is also Virivan. Vir means powerful. So again it means Virivan and powerful, and Sobhadra and Draupadi. All these people are great Maharathas. Maharatha means they can fight with, what was the number? 1,000, 10,000 people simultaneously. Something it was, some number was given, you can read in the commentary. Some 10,000 warriors a person can fight alone. That is called Maharatha or Atiratha. I don't remember the numbers, but that it indicates that they are very powerful. Now Dronacharya may say, are you afraid of them? You think we cannot fight with them? So then, to show his prowess, he speaks these words. Asmakam tu vishishtaye tan nibodha dijottama nayaka mama sainyasya sangyartham tan pravimite. Asmakam tu vishishtaye tu, but do not think. But they are good, but we are also not less. Don't think I am afraid. He is afraid, but he's just trying to cover it up. That's why he's Raja, political. we have we are if we deal with managers, they are expert in what is it? Jumbling words. They will say this. No, no, I said this, but, and then there's something else, and then but, and then something else, and but like this. This is what happens in diplomacy. So asmakam to vishishtaya. So in our asmakam, in our army, those people are vishisht. Vishisht means special. Tan nibodha dujottama. Oh, best among the brahmanas, dujottama. For I want to make you aware. Nibodha means to be as awareness. So nibodha means tan, to make you aware of all these vishishta, special warriors on our side, asmakam. Nayakaha mama sainyasya, those who are the leaders of my sena or my army, sangyartham tan bravimite. I will take their names and I will speak it to you. Sangyartham means, sangya means name. Sangya is called in English name only, I think, is it not? Noun and pronoun, what do you say? Noun, is it not? Noun means name. So, sangyartham, to take their names, I will speak them to you. Yes, I'll take their names to you so that you also recognize our strength. But don't underestimate their strength. That is the point. Okay. Bhavan Bhishmascha Karnascha Kripascha Samitanjayah Ashwathama Vikarnascha Saumadattis Tathaivacha. Now very diplomatic. Bhavan, you are the most one. First person he speaks is Bhavan. Bhavan refers to Dronacharya. You in the sense of respectfulness. Like in English we have, in Hindi we have tum and aap. So then in Sanskrit it is called tvam and bhavan. Tum means like I'm a person who's equal to me, I'll say tum. That is like friend, tum, tum kar lo, like that. Then in Sanskrit you'll say tvam. But when you say aap, then you say bhavan. So it's very respectful, just like Kurchundi. Kurchundi is very respectful in Telugu, is it not? I mean, just please sit, but it's not exactly please sit. It is a respectful way of saying please sit. Chirpendi, please speak. Aap boliye, tum bolo. You understand? So very respectfully says, Bhavan, you, who can be more exalted than you, my dear Prabhu? So like this. So you see, every word is very important, very relishable. Bhavan. And also Bhishma. So these two are the main people on whose strength he was fighting the wars. And Karnascha. Karna, you understand? Karna. Kripascha Samitanjaya. Samitanjaya means, I would like to have one devotee, maybe you can open Gita base, help me with the words, show in that word meanings, in case I go wrong. I will not, but maybe some mistakes. Samitanjaya means they have always won war, they have been undefeated champions. That's the meaning of Samitanjaya. Koi hara nahi paya aaj tak. They are all undefeated champions. Nobody has been able to defeat them, which is also kind of wrong, because Karna was defeated by the Gandharvas when he himself was captured. What is his name? Duryodhana. So you know that pastime. So, but anyhow, in general, but Dronacharya and Kripacharya and Bhishma Dev, they were never defeated by anybody. Quite amazing, is it not? Nobody could defeat them. And they were on the sides of Kaurava. Nobody ever could defeat Dronacharya. And it was later on told also, my dear Acharya, how we can kill you? He said, till the time I have weapons in my hand, nobody can defeat me. Can you see that prowess of that person? Just he has, I'm feeling that, I feel hairs on my standing at my body. What a powerful person. Can you imagine that? Just if he has, old man, if he has that, what Shastra in his hand, nobody can kill him, nobody can defeat him. That kind of warriors were there on the sides of Kauravas. So that's what he's trying to say. And then other names, Ashwathama Vikarnascha. Ashwathama, you know, Vikarna is the brother of, not brother of Karna, brother of Duryodhana only, if I'm not wrong. He was the one person who had objected to the attempt of disrespecting Mother Draupadi. I remember this, Vikarna. Yes, he was Vikarna. Saumadatti Tathaivacha. Saumadatti is also another name of a king, was very powerful. Anyecha bahava shura madarte tyakta jivitaha nana shastra praharanaha sarve yuddha visharada. And it's not that these are the people who are only powerful. Anyecha bahava shura. Bahava means very big, large quantity. And bahava shura, there are so many more people who are also very powerful in our army. And not only they are powerful, madarthe tyakta jivita. For my sake, madarthe, for my sake, tyakta jivita, they are ready to give up their lives. Now, the acharyas have explained there, this shows that they will give up their lives. Saraswati ji speaking through Duryodhana is saying, Madarthe tyakta jivita. They are very powerful and they are so much dedicated to me that they are ready to give up their lives. The Acharya explains this shows that they will give up their lives. They will not return alive from this battle. This is quite interesting. If you remember, we have discussed those things. Nana Shastra Praharana. Praharana means holding, equipped. Yes. So Nana Shastra Praharana is not only that they are valiant, but they are also equipped with lot of weapons. Sarve Vidyusha Sharada, and it's not only that they have weapons, but they are also very expert in using those weapons. Just like one devotee just purchased a laptop. So he was not knowing where is the snipping tool. So you may have the laptop, but does not mean that you know how to use the laptop. I mean, he was knowing it, but he was not knowing it fully. Make sense? So they're quite good. They have Shastra. Suppose if you give me a whatever, sword or something, I can't use it like a Bruce Lee. I'm not expert. And if you give Bruce Lee a Bhagavad Gita, he can't speak like me. At least I'm better than Bruce Lee in something. Yes. Is it not? So it's just because you have something does not mean you can use that. Like my mother had this tab and she could not use how to use it, could not learn how to use it, how to use it for Zoom or anything. So, but he's saying, no, Nana Shastra Praharana, they are equipped with all the various weapons and they know how to use, how to use these weapons, and they are very enthusiastic to fight this war till they die. And not die for them, die for me. So they are so dedicated also. Okay. I'm becoming too enthusiastic. I must speak slowly. I have to give this auto suggestion. Sometimes I spoke very fast, is it not? Hold on. Text number 10. Aparyaptam tadasmakam balam bhishma bhirakshitam paryaptam tuvidam tesham balam bhima bhirakshitam. They say aparyaptam tad asmakam balam bhishma bhirakshitam. Balam Bhishma Abhirakshitam. Our military is being protected by Bhishma, and whose bal is aparyapta. Now, please hear very carefully. Normally, you say aparyapta means insufficient, but here the meaning of aparyaptam was immeasurable, unlimited. So he says we have no fear. And then he says, Paryaptam tu idam etesham. Etesham, all this, the army of the Pandavas, they are protected by Balam Bhima Bhirakshitam. They are protected by the prowess of Bhima, whose prowess or power is Paryaptam. So now what is the meaning of Paryaptam? Sufficient. But here the meaning of Paryaptam is limited. So you see how you have to understand. Otherwise, you cannot set it nicely. Duryodhan cannot say that Bhishma is lesser in prowess than Bhima. So you have to understand the meaning of the words as per the Acharyas. Otherwise, the whole meaning will be different, is it not? If you take your normal sense of the meaning, then you say Bhishma is insufficient to protect us and Bhima is sufficient to protect them. But that Duryodhan can never speak, is it not? That Duryodhan will never speak, and it's also not a fact. Bhima was nothing in comparison to Bhishma Dev. Even Arjuna was also not. So this is how we have understood this. So he's showing himself off. We are also powerful. Don't worry. I'm not fearful. Although he had started his siege out of fear only. Drishtva tu Pandavanikam. See. So he was fearful. If you see some 100 ants coming from this door, will you become fearful? Drishtva dus whatever. Pipilikam is on this cheat is. You don't worry. But he was worried. Ayaneshu cha sarveshu yatha bhagam avastitaha Bhishmameva bhirakshantu bhavantah sarva evahi. Now it's quite interesting. He says, he thinks, oh, I have exalted Bhishma Dev specifically. Others will say, so we are not important? You are saying that your army is being protected by Bhishma Dev. So we are not important, na? Why should we fight? We will not fight for you. We are not important. You have not given us any credit anyhow. So why should we fight for you? Thinking like this. Because he was expert in diplomacy, he says, Ayaneshu cha sarveshu. What is the meaning of Ayaneshu?
In the strategic point.
Ha, very interesting point. Ayaneshu cha sarveshu, where in our military phalanx, which is being protected by Bhishma, no doubt. But all of you should be holding your strategic points. Now, everybody has to hold his military point. Sarveshu, all of the place. Yatha bhagam avastita. Yatha bhagam means whatever is your share, whatever has been allocated to you, you remain situated. Avastita, you remain situated. And Bhishmam evabhi rakshantu. You please protect Bhishma Dev. It should not happen that if he is fighting with somebody and somebody attacks from behind. So you see how his diplomatic attitude is. He is glorifying Bhishma Dev, so Bhishma should not be offended. But others also he is pacifying. No, you need to protect Bhishma Dev too. Are you able to follow this? Yes. Bhavantah sarva evahi. You are all very important. Bhavantah again is in plural. Ahap. You are very, very important. Very, very important. Sarva evahi. This is what a diplomatic person will do. When he is always thinking how to get some favor from others. And he's already said, Madathe tyakta jivita. He knows that these people will also be killed. But his goal has to be satisfied. Are you seeing that mentality of Duryodhana? He knows that these people will be killed just for me. So just to keep them in his side, he will use using these words to entice them or allure them to continue to serve him. Okay. Tasya sanjayanam harsham kuru vridha pitamaha singhanadam vinodya uchay sangham dadmau pratapavan. Now, understanding that Duryodhana is fearful. So, in order to tasya means his means Duryodhana. Tasya sanjayanam harsham. In order to, sanjayanam means increasing, and harsham means happiness. So, in order to increase the happiness of Duryodhana, understanding that Duryodhana is upset, Kuru Vridha Pitamaha. Kuru Vridha means a person who was a grandsire of the Kuru dynasty. Pitamaha again means grandfather. And what's the name of that person? Bhishma Dev. Singhanadam Vinodya. Singhanadam. He blew his conch shell, which was like a lion's. Vinodya, it means he very loudly. Is it not? Uchchahi. Vinod Uchchai. Uchchai, very loudly he blew his conch shell. Shankham Dadmau Pratapavan. It was that Shankham, Dadmau means he blew, and he blew that conch shell just to give joy to Duryodhana. And you must have seen that. Even now when people fight, before the fighting they will shout. Have you not done? It creates a mood of fighting. If you say, let us, like suppose these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people are one set of fighters, and we are one set of fighters. I say, okay, let's come and have a fight. You're okay? Have you seen in this wrestling also? They do some cursing, they will say, yeah. So they will say all those. The sound creates a mood, is it not? Even you see in Mangal Arati, when this conch shell blowing, it creates a mood for Mangal Arati. If there is no conch shell blowing, you say, what kind of Arati? This is like Phus Arati. Kuch ho hi nahi. Don't you feel? Conch shell has a potential of creating auspiciousness, but actually creates a mood, Ooh, and then opens the altar, so it creates a mood. So then, what is that? He's uplifting, he's trying to uplift the morale. Now you understand, morale of his army. Because Duryodhana, he seems to be depressed. He understood it. See, you must understand, Duryodhana is a diplomat. It doesn't mean that Bhishma Dev is not. You understand? He understood everything. Many people, being a manager, we understand. Some people come and say so many things and this and that. And then they say, this Sadhu Prabhuji is, Sadhu means I am a fool. He is a Sadhu only, he does not know anything. You remember Akash Prabhu? The person who was supposed to manage our website, he was saying these people are foolish people. And then we both sat down and we were asking all technical questions from him. Then he said, I have to ask my person. He was not the person who was designing the website. He was only a marketing man. So see, they think that devotees are stupid or something. Krishna se bhaje se bada chatur. So Dronacharya was very expert. And Bhishma Dev was also expert. So he understood by his words only and he is fearful. I must do something to uplift his morale, like that. Okay. ततः शंखाश्च भैर्यश्च पणवानक गोमुखाः सहसैवाभ्यहन्यन्तः शब्दस्तुमुलो भवत्. ततः, after, ततः means after the blowing of conch shell by Bhishmadev. He was the leader. You must remember that at this till the time Bhishmadev had not died, not left his body, Karna never fought. Karna never fought because before the fighting happened, they had a Ishtagoshti, so to speak, and Karna offended Bhishmadev and said, till the time he doesn't leave his body, I will not fight. So Karna had not fought, but so the leader is Bhishmadev. And Bhishmadev gives a very interesting point in management. He says, whenever we need to do something, there has to be a leader, because everybody thinks he's more intelligent than the person in front of him. So then we will not come to any conclusion. You have to choose who will be the leader. So then they say, okay, Bhishmadev has to be leader. Then Karna said, I will not fight against him, like under him. Then you know that he fights after Bhishmadev leaves the body. Or not leaves the body, but at least is defeated or is in the Sharasaya, like that. So now Tataha has import that after Bhishmadev has blown the conch shells, then Shankhascha Bhairyascha, other people also on the side of Kurus, they blew their conch shells. Shankha means conch shells. Shankhas means many conch shells. Bhairya is what is translated? Drums. Oh, that big drums, kind of cattle drums, dig, 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 like that. And what does Prabhupada translate as Panavakaha?
Small drums.
Small drums and cattle drums. There is one big drum, there's a doom, 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 like that. And now the small drums are like that. So, and Gomukha, I don't know what is Gomukha, but it must be something. Huh? Horns. Maybe it is. I don't know what is Gomukha. I can understand Bigul. Yes, okay. Now the word is Sahasavabhyanyantas. The word is very interesting. Sahasa means suddenly. They all began to blow. Now the word is very interesting. The word is as if they were being blown automatically. The word is very interesting. The word in Sanskrit means Sahasaiva Abhyanyantas. The word is that there was a very great sound being produced by the Shankas, the Bhairyas, by Pandavakas and Gomukhas. But you must understand that somebody was behind them, was blowing them and beating them. But just a way of saying that all the instruments blew very strongly.
Yes.
Just like we say, Mridang bahut tej baj raha hai. This Mridang is too loud. Now, the meaning is that Mridang is being played very loud. You understand, Mridang cannot be played on its own. So this person behind, but it's a way of putting it that all the instruments were blown very strongly. Shabdas tumulo bhavat. Very, very funny. What is funny? I'll explain. There was big sound. Tumulo bhavat. Big sound. But there is no mention that something happened on the Pandava side hearing that big sound. Are you able to get this point? They made a big sound, but in the army of Pandavas, nothing happened. Means they were not affected. This point you pick up, then you will pick up the next slokas. Tataha shveter hayer yukte mahati sandane stitau madhava pandavas chaiva divyau shankhau pradadmato. So first time Krishna's name is coming here in Bhagavad Gita, text number 14, chapter number 1. Tataha, then. So you can pick up who started the war? The Kurus. They first blew the conch shell. You can see here. And then there is Tataha. Then Shveter Hayer Yukte. Shweta means white and Hayer means horses. So Mahati Sandane. Sandane means chariot. Yes. Oops. Some sound is coming. Anyways, the Mridanga made some sound. So then he says, then Madhava and Pandava. Pandava here refers to Arjuna and Madhava refers to Krishna. So Krishna and Arjuna situated on a very great chariot. Mahati Sandane Stithau. Situated on a very great chariot driven by Shveter Hayer. Driven by white horses. Divyau Shankhau Pradadmatu. Now this is in what is it, dual, not duality, dual. Let's say you have singular, dual, and plural. So that does not exist in English, but that is a word here. Divya means two conscious. Shankau, sorry, Divya means two. Divya Shankau means two people blowing two conscious. This is not in this is not in English, but you know Sanskrit, is it not? Two conscious, ekvachan, dvivachan, bahuvachan. So Divya Shankau Pradadmatu. So now what did you notice? Did they mention anything about the conscious of Kauravas as being transcendental? No. But here it is mentioned that the conscious of Krishna is transcendental, Divya, and the conscious of Arjuna is also Divya, transcendental. So you see how we have to read these shlokas very clearly. Pradadmatuhu, they blew the conscious. पांचजन्यम ऋषिकेशो देवदत्तं धनंजयः पौंड्रं दद्मौ महाशंखं भीमकर्मावृकोदरः. So now the names, even the names of the conscious are being spoken. So you can understand the value of it. Rishikesha means Krishna. So Krishna blew the conch shell named Panchajanya. You understand? Devadattam Dhananjaya. Dhananjaya is the name of Arjuna and he blew the conch shell named Devadatta. Poundram Dadmau Mahashankham. Poundram is?
The conch name.
Poundram. So Dadmau means he blew. Bhima Karma. Bhima who could do very great activities, he blew his conch shell. His name was Poundram. And it was a Mahashankha. I heard that it was the skull of a human being. I have heard from Maharaj. This was quite costly. I don't know what was the form of that thing, but that I heard like that. And he says Bhima Karma Vrikodarha. Vrikodarama means that his digestion power was very great. Whose? Bhima. But Prabhupada says not only he was good in eating, but he was also good in fighting. So Bhima Karma. It's quite interesting. What is that? Big monkey, big belly. Jumping salon, melancholy. Have you heard this? There was in the army of Lord Ram, there were big monkeys who will eat very nicely. But when it came to jumping over to Lanka, they say melancholy. We cannot do. So Prabhupada says, very good in eating. But when it comes to preaching or other services, no, I am so fallen, I cannot do anything. But when it comes to taking prasadam, then we don't say we are fallen. Prabhupada makes a joke like that. No, we should be, as we are eager for eating, so we should be eager for doing some service to Krishna also. Okay. But it's just a joke. I mean, that's what Prabhupada says. Prabhupada says that in the purport. Not only that Bhima was doing some eating also nicely, but doing some service also very enthusiastically. Like that. Now, what were the names of various conch shells being blown by other Pandavas also being mentioned here? Ananta Vijayam Raja Kunti Putro Yudhishthira Nakulaha Sahadevascha Sughosh Mani Pushpakau Kashyascha Parameshwasha Shikhandicha Maharatha Drishtadyumno Viratascha Satyakischa Parajitah Drupado Draupadeyascha Sarvashah Prithvipate Swabhadrascha Mahabahu Shankhan Dadmahu Prathak Anant Vijayam Raja Kunti Putro Yudhishthira. Kunti Putra, the son of Mother Kunti, whose name was Yudhishthir, who was king, he blew the conch shell Ananta Vijaya. I'm just forgetting, very nice comment by the Acharyas, why Yudhishthir Maharaj is being mentioned as Raja. I'm forgetting it. I'm just forgetting it, but I will have to look it up again. Very nice comment. He's not a Raja right now. So I'm just forgetting why he was called Raja. 13 years have passed, so he's not Raja right now, but why he's called Raja? Anyways, something like that, but you can find in the commentary. This is very nice comment why he's being called Raja. Anyways, just for now, we're just brushing up. Nakulaha Sahadevascha Sughosh Mani Pushpakau. Nakul and Sahadev blow their respective conch shells named Sughosh and Mani Pushpak. Now here also this pushpakau. So it's dual.
Yes.
Kashyascha parameshvasah. Kashyas means Kashiraj. What does it mean?
The king of Kashi.
The Kashiraj, the king of Kashi, who was Param Ishvasha. Ishvasha means he was very great. Param Ishvasha means great bowman. Shikhandicha Maharata, and the great fighter Shikhandi. Drishtadumna Viratascha, and Drishtadumna and Virat. Virat was the king under whom all the Pandavas were staying in incognito for the 13th year. You remember that. Satyakischa Aparajitah. Satyaki, you know, he is the bodyguard of, is means because he is eternal. Satyaki is the bodyguard of Lord Krishna, and he was the student of Arjuna. Cha Aparajitah. They were undefeated champions also. Drupado Draupadeyascha. Drupad and Draupadeya. Draupadeya means the sons of Draupadi. And Drupad means father of Draupadi. Sarvashaha Prithvipate. O Prithvipate means O Dhritarashtra. Sarvasha, all of them blew their conch shells. Very easy to understand. Swabhadrascha Mahabaho. Abhimanyu, who was the son of Subhadra. Abhimanyu was son of Subhadra? Yes. Abhimanyu was son of Subhadra. He was very powerful. And Shankhan Dadmaho Prathak Prathak. They blew their respective different conch shells. Okay? Today we may go overboard because we have to complete this chapter. Is it okay? Now, hear this. Saghosho dharta rashtraanam hridayani vidarayat nabhascha prathivim chaiva tumulobhya nunadayam. Saghosho, by the blowing of their conch shells, there was a whole udghosh, very great sound. Dharta rashtraanam hridayani vidarayat. The hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra was torn apart. So now, you remember, earlier when they had made a sound, it was only big sound. More sound, nothing is happening. But when they are making a sound, it is causing trembling in the heart of Kauravas. So you see the difference? There's the difference. Nabhascha prithivim chaiva tumlobhya anunadayam. Nabha, Akash, I mean sky, and prithivim. Everywhere there was a huge reverberation of the sound produced by the conch shells of the Pandavas' army. Okay. So from this we can understand, just because the Lord was there. Now quite interesting. From the side of Kurus, they were very powerful fighters. More fighters and more powerful. 18 Akshahadis. And this side lesser, not that powerful, and lesser people also. Still there's an effect you can see because Krishna was on their side. Quite amazing, isn't it? Atha vyavasthitan drishtva dhartarashtan kapidhvajah pravrite shastra sampate dhanurudumya pandavah rishikesham dada vakyam idam aha mahipate. O mahipate, O possessor of the earth. This refers to Dhritarashtra. Atha vyavasthitan drishtva dhartarashtan kapidhvaja. Kapidhvaja refers to Arjuna because on his chariot there was the mark of Hanumanji. The whole story, all this discussions was there, why Hanumanji was there, what he was doing, being present, all those things are there. But he was called Kapidhvaja because he had the Hanumanji was a monkey, so to speak, a monkey body, so to speak, monkey form situated on his flag. Atha vyavasthitan drishtva dhartarashtran. Now seeing the assembled armies of Dhritarashtra, Kapidhvaja, that means Arjuna, and Pravritte Shastra Sampate. Sampate means now seeing that there will people they will be throwing the arrows now. From both sides, conch shells have been blown. So now there's time to release the weapons. Shastra Sampate, Pravritte. They will be engaged in releasing the weapons. Dhanur Uddumya Pandava. Dhanur Uddumya means lifting his bow. Arjuna, Pandava means Arjuna. Rishikesham tada vakyam. He spoke to Rishikesha. Idam aha. He spoke like this. Is this the way you are able to understand? Okay, not a difficulty. I just want to make you introduced to the Sanskrit and direct understanding of the shlokas, and that much only as some link. All these things we have discussed very in detail as much as my strength in the discussions. Now Arjuna spoke. Senayor bhayor madhye ratham sthapya mechuta yavadeta niriksheham yodhukaman avasthitan kairmaya saha yodhavyam asmin ran samudyame. Arjuna vacha. Arjuna said, Senayor Ubhayor Madhye. Ubhayor means both and Madhye means middle. Senayor Ratham Sthapya Me Achyuta. Oh Achyuta, you are always very eager to fulfill the desires of your devotees. You never fail in that. So you please take my Ratha, my chariot, between these two armies. Senayor Bhayor Madhye Ratham Sthapya Me Achyuta. He is giving order to Krishna. Okay? Why you want to go there? क्या करना है? What is the point? You must fight now. No, 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 no. Yavad etan niriksheham yodhu kaman avasthitan. I want to niriksha. Niriksha, you understand? I want to have a view of all these people who have assembled here to fight. Yodhu kaman, with a desire to fight, avasthitan. They are situated on both sides. You want to see the people on both sides. So now you see how Krishna is controlling him from within. Suddenly Arjuna had a desire. You must remember, none of the other Pandavas had this desire to see. Suddenly he developed a desire. So who is doing that? Krishna. Because he's Rishikesha. He's controlling Arjuna from within. So you must remember, all the illusion of Arjuna was made in the factory of Krishna. Made by Krishna. Okay? He's a liberated soul. He cannot have all this illusion. Oh, my family members, I cannot fight. This will not work with him. Krishna had just brought that illusion. Yes. Kair mayaha saha yuddhavyam, with whom I have to fight. Asmin ran samuddame, asmin, here, in this ran samuddame, in this battlefield. I want to know, I want to see this. Yotasya manana veksheham ya ete atra samagataha dhartarashtrasya durbuddhe yuddhe priya chikirshava. Yotasya manana aveksheham. I want to see Yotasya mananan, who have come here with a desire to fight. Aveksheham. I want to see them. Ya ete atra samagata. Those who have ete atra. Those who have actually come samagata. They have come from very far off places of the world to this place. Why they have come? He understands. Dhartarashtrasya durbuddhe. Dhartarashtra refers to Duryodhan. Durbuddhi also refers to Duryodhan. He's so foolish. Now you see interesting thing, is it not? Duryodhana was also seeing the armies of Pandavas. Arjuna also want to see the battle army of both the sides. But the attitude is a lot of difference. Arjuna is not really intent to fight. He's a devotee. He's not intent to fight. But he's saying now we are made to fight because of the bad plans of Duryodhana, and all these people are going to die. So just out of curiosity, you want to see. Yuddhe priya chikirshava. Chikirshava, what does it mean? It means wishing. Yuddhe priya chikirshava. So they are here in this Yuddha because they want to do priya to this Dhartarashtra, to this Duryodhana. Priya chikirshava, you understand? Desiring to do good or desiring to please this Durbuddhi Duryodhan, they have come here. And he knows that all of them are going to get killed. At least some of them will be killed. Okay? So you can feel that Arjuna is detached from the war. He does not want to fight. Not because of fear, but why this unnecessary violence? Sanjay uvacha eva mukto rishikesho gudakeshe na bharata senayor bhayar madhye sthapayitva rathottamam. Sanjay uvacha means Sanjay said, evam ukto rishikesho gudakeshe na bharata. Bharata here refers to Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra, old descendant of the Bharata, means he's talking to Dhritarashtra. So evam ukto, when Rishikesha, when Krishna was spoken like this by Gudakesha. Gudakesha means the conqueror of sleep. And there's a story behind why Arjuna is called conqueror of sleep, which I will not tell now, because you have to see the shloka and hear the lecture there. We don't have time for that. But Gudakesha refers to Arjuna, being spoken by Arjuna. Rishikesha, who is controller of senses, he took the Rathottamam, the best of the chariots between the two armies. Senayor Ubhayor Madhye Sthapayitva. Because he was asked by Arjuna, so Krishna, very obedient, very nicely, he's a controller of senses, but being very, very obedient to his dear devotee, he situated, or he placed the chariot in between the two armies.
Yes.
Are you able to follow the whole flow? Yeah. Sure. भीष्म द्रोणा प्रमुखतः सर्वेषां च महिक्षिताम् उवाच पार्थ पश्येतान् संवेतान् कुरुनिति. What are the first two words? Bhishma and Drona pramukhatah. And now that means from this we can understand, first thing he glanced was not his army but the army of Kauravas, and he is able to see the first two people, Bhishma and Drona. Now why they are mentioned Bhishma and Drona? Because they were the people whom he had loved the most. You know that Pandu had died, so every time they will meet, especially Arjuna was very dear to Bhishma Dev, so every time say, my dear father, and they will say, no, I am not your father, I am your grandfather. He was so affectionate to the Pandavas. And Dronacharya also was very, very affectionate to Arjuna. Please hear very carefully, pure devotees like Arjuna, if someone does good to them, a little bit only, they will remember for it eternally. This is a quality of all the pure devotees. We are the people who don't remember anything, no matter how good is being done to us. You know, in the case of Dhruv Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj and everybody, is it not? So just imagine how much Arjuna would have felt grateful towards Dronacharya. So Bhishma Drona Pramukhata, they were main people there, but his eyes first going to Bhishma and Drona. Just like I can give example, when so many devotees, maybe 100 devotees chanting japa, but my eyes goes to a person who's sleeping in japa. Pramukta, primarily. And then I chastise him. Hey Mataji, hey Prabhuji, why are you sleeping? That is happens, is it not? That is happening every day practically. So his eyes are going to Bhishma and Drona. Sarvesham cha mahikshitam. Mahikshitam is translated as?
Chiefs of the world.
Yes, Sarvesham cha mahikshitam. And other people were also there. He also saw them. Uvacha partha pashyetan samvetan kuruniti. Now, Uvacha partha pashya etan pashya samvetan kuruniti. Then the Lord spoke. Can you see this? It's not that Arjuna spoke. Just like he said to his spiritual master, Duryodhana has told, Pashya, see. So Krishna is saying, you see how the translation goes? In the presence of Bhishma, Drona and all the other chieftains of the world, the Lord said, just behold Partha, all the Kurus assembled here. Now you understand? It's a very deep thing. When Duryodhana was telling to the Dronacharya, Pashya, he had some meaning in his heart. Pashya means see their armies. And now when the Lord is saying Pashya, Partha, oh Arjuna, you see, what is the meaning? Can you see Dronacharya? Can you see your relatives? You see, Krishna can just with some words, he can play so many things. Rishikesha, he is a controller of senses. He by simply saying Pashya Partha, Kurun, you are also Kuru. You must remember that. Pandavas are also Kauravas only because they were in the dynasty of Kurun. Kuruniti, see, Samvetan, can you see all the Kurus are assembled here? So what does it mean? All those will be killed in the war. So Lord wants to incite the illusion in the heart of Arjuna. So some people were asking, Krishna does not speak in the first chapter. Do you agree or you disagree? Disagree. Can you see here Krishna is speaking? Okay. Tatra pashyat sthitan partha pitranatha pitamahan acharyan matulan bhratran putran pautran sakhinstata shasuran suhudaschaiva senayor bhayorapi. Tatra apashyat sthitan partha. Partha means Arjuna. He saw situated in that battlefield, Tatra, there, apashyat, he saw sthitan, situated in that place, whom he saw Pitras. Pitras means forefathers. Pitamaha, grandfathers. Acharyas, Dronacharya. Matula means Mamaji. Matula means maternal uncle. Bhatran means Chachaji. That means
Brothers,
brother of father, like that, or in some kind of that relationship. Putran, you can say sons. Pautran, sons of the sons. Sakhins, friends like Ashwathama. Shwasuran is in plural, means, see, in India, the relatives are quite expanded. It's not. Shasana, we can also say Shasuran means he had two or three wives, when their father also were also there, like that. Surda means who were his well wishers. Chaiva Senayor Ubhayoropi. He saw in both sides. So you can see that. Now the words are used in the sense of relationship with Arjuna, and Arjuna is remembering them. Oh, he's our Acharya. He is our Suhrda, with whom I have to fight. So there's a very deep import why these words are here. Are you able to follow? Okay. तान समीक्षस्य कौन्तेया सर्वान् बन्धून् अवस्थितान् कृपया परया विष्टो विषिदन् इदमब्रवीत् तान समीक्षस्य कौन्तेया. Kaunteya refers to son of Kunti. Tan samikshasya, seeing all of them on both sides, Sarvan Bandhun Avastitan, seeing that all his bandhus are situated in this battlefield, Kripaya Parya Avishtaha, he became overwhelmed with compassion. Vishidan, what does proper translate?
Vishnu,
Grief. He became overwhelmed by compassion and he was feeling grief. Oh, I will have to fight with them. Idam abravit, and then he spoke. Arjuna uvacha drishtvemam swajanam krishna yuyutsam samupastitam sidanti mama gatrani mukham cha purushyati. Arjuna vacha means Arjuna chirpindi. Arjuna spoke. Okay. Drishtvam Swajanam Krishna, seeing my own Swajanas. Now it must be like Hindi. See, now you see, you are hearing Sanskrit and now you are picking up Sanskrit. It's almost like, just like Bhagavad Gita Sanskrit is very easy. And it is very relishable if you can directly pick up the Sanskrit. Drishtve imam Swajanam Krishna. These Swajanas, O Krishna, I having seen them, yusum samupastitam. Samu upastit. Upastit means attending. And samupastit means very nicely, very enthusiastically present for yutsu, desiring to fight. Sidanti mama gatrani. Sidanti means trembling. Is that the word? Quivering. Mama gatrani. My limbs of my body are trembling. It ever happened to you? I will tell you when it happened to you. When you were giving an exam, and especially if you are giving a competitive exam, and when the clock is racing, and then sometimes your hand shakes. Have you experienced that? It happens when we become a little fearful. So that experience all of us have. So we are fearful like that. Or maybe you are really very fearful watching a horror movie or something. Mukham cha parishishyati, and my throat is not throat. Throat you can say, my face, not throat. Face or mouth is actually mukh actually can be whole face only. Ab we say in Hindi, "Arey bada सूखा सूखा मुंह लग रहा है आपका." No, a person when by the faces, the mind is very depressed, his face also is like. I cannot imagine. I'm not so expert in that, but something like that. Whatever. His face was getting dried up because of lamentation. वेफतुश्च शरीरे मे रोमहर्षश्च जायते गांडीवं संसृते हस्तात् त्वक्चैव परिदह्यते. वेफतुश्च शरीरे में on my body there is vepatu refers to trembling of the body. My body is trembling, whole body is trembling. Not only my limbs are trembling, the whole body is trembling. Romaharshascha jayate, and the hairs of my body are standing. But this is not ashtasattvic vikar. Hairs may stand on the end because of happiness also and because of fear also. So because of fear this is happening. Gandivam sansrite hastat. Hasta you understand? By hand. From my hand this Gandhi was slipping. Tvak chaiva paridahyate. Dahya you understand? Burning. And tvak means skin. My skin is burning. How? Because of the mind. Because of the lamentation of the mind, his skin was burning. So if you ever have all those symptoms in your life, what you should do? You should read Bhagavad Gita because this was a problem of Arjuna. If you feel depressed and all those things, so this was a perfect motivational speech for all this depression. If you have all these symptoms which are not Ashtasattvik Vikar and you feel very depressed, then if you read Bhagavad Gita, then all your problems will go away. It's a very nice joke. One very fat lady in America, very like I'm saying almost the they're like this much fat, like big hippopotamus or something like that. So she came, and His Holiness Jayadvaita Maharaj was in the camp there, on the booth of asking questions and answers. Then she came, there were two of them, and Maharaj told, "You are not the body." And they say, "What a relief." Because they're such a big body, they were troubled by that. And that's it's a fact. हमको सम्मान नहीं मिल रहा है. I'm not getting sufficient respect, and all those things. All this lamentation and depression is because of the bodily concept of life, which Arjuna is getting affected by, and that's just the point. So if you have any of these symptoms, you can hear Bhagavad Gita and you feel relieved. न च शक्नोमि अवस्थातुं भ्रमति वच मे मनः निमित्तानि च पश्यामि विपरीतानि केशव. न च शक्नोमि अवस्थातुं. I am not able to situate myself. Shakno means I don't have the strength. Bhramati vacha me mana. My mind is getting bewildered. Even my head is getting bewildered. I'm not able to understand these things. Nimittani cha pashyami viparitani keshava. Nimitta means, what is proper term? Causes. I am seeing that there is only causes for opposite result. We wanted to fight so that we'll become happy. But I am saying this war will only cause dishappiness to us. He's getting bewildered by that. Keshava. Okay. What is the import of the word Keshava? I will not explain. You have to hear the recording. Then it will take a lot of time. So now he explains why he's saying Vipritani. Why he thinks this world will bring opposite results. Nacha shreyo nupashyami hatva swajanamahave na kangshe vijayam krishna nacha rajyam sukhanicha nacha shreyo nupashyami. I cannot see any good fortune coming to us. Shreya means good fortune in the future. Hatva sajanamahave. Killing our own people? What can be good? What good can come to us? Na kangshe vijayam Krishna. If Krishna says, no, but if you kill them, you will get victory. But I don't want victory. Na kangshe vijayam Krishna. Krishna, I don't want victory. But if you get victory, you will get Rajya. He said, Nacha Rajyam Sukhanicha. I also don't want kingdom. I don't want the happiness which I am going to get after that kingdom. So, okay. Kim no Raj. Now some say, why you don't want Raj? Very good. For a Kshatriya to have Raj is very good. Then he says, Kim no Raje na Govinda Kim Bhoger Jivate Nava Yesham Arthe Kangshitam no Rajyam Bhoga Sukhani cha Ta ime vastitaha yuddhe pranastyakva dhanani cha Acharya pitaraha putras tatheva cha pitamaha Matulaha shasiraha pautraha shala sambandhinas tatha Etan nahantam ichchami gnatopi madhusudana Api trailokya rajasya hetu him kim no mahi krite Nihatya dhat rashtra'n naha kapriti sarjanardana. Kim no rajya na govinde. What will be of this rajya to us, Govinda? It will not be any good to us. Kim bhoger jivatenva. What is the point of living only? You are talking about of kingdom. What is the point of living only? Or any kind of sense gratification, bhogas. Yesham arthe kangshitam nah. Nah means we. For whose purpose we will desire them. Rajyam bhoga sukhanicha. Rajya, kingdom. Bhoga means sense enjoyment. And all those happiness. Ta ime avastitaha yuddhe pranastakta dhananicha. They are all situated here in this battlefield and they will to give up their lives. Have you not heard this? Beta tere liye ji rahi hu. Tu hi chala gaya to kya kare? This is a special dialogue. All the Matajis will give to their son. Even if they are 10 sons. We have lived your life for you. Now you are going to go to join temple. How will we live? How will we be happy? I mean, that's out there emotional stuff. And they will speak. So the same thing, Arjuna is speaking like this, that if we would have got Rajya, we will enjoy with our relatives, but all our relatives will get killed. So what will do with the Rajya? So you see, when you take prasadam alone, that may be good. But when you take with association of devotees, you feel better.
Yes.
When we read Bhagavad Gita, we may be feeling good. But when we have association of devotees to relish with, it is more relishable. If everybody gets killed, then whom I will discuss Bhagavad Gita with? I'm just giving example. You don't get killed by Bhagavad Gita, but I'm just saying, I'm just saying. So he's saying, if I will kill everybody, then what's the point of fighting? With whom I will enjoy? अरे आप सोचो ना, आपका लड़का ही मार दिया जाएगा तो क्या करेंगे बताइए आप? There are 5 of us, they were all killed also, is it not? Abhimanyu was killed. Then what is that? The sons of Draupadi were killed. How can, although they are not killed up till now, but it's understood they will be killed. Karna's son were killed. So many people were killed. So how will he enjoy the kingdom after seeing the death of his own son? Having son is not like a factory, is it not? Okay, this phone is discharged. Okay, useless, next phone. It's not like that. People are attached to their sons. I mean, we are not because we don't have, but we don't want to have, but people are too much attached to their sons, especially sons. Even daughters also. But daughters are not fighting here. So what are the people? Acharya. Acharya means teachers. You can have fan running for just little bit. Yeah. Pitaraha means forefathers. Putra, understand, sons. Tatha eva cha pitamaha, grandfathers also. Matalaha, you understand, maternal uncle. Shasaraha, you understand, father-in-laws. Pautraha, you understand, grandsons. Shala means brother of wife. Sala. So Sala is not slang. Sala is an upabranch of Shala. Sambandhinas means other relatives. They all be killed now. Tatha, etan, tatha means others. Etan na hantum ichhami, I don't want to kill them. See, easy to understand? Gnatopi madhusubana. Gnato is means I detest. Huh? Sorry. Gnato means, yeah. Okay. Gnatopi madhusudana. I don't want to kill them. Gnatopi means, yeah, I don't want to kill them. Oh, Madhusudana. Madhusudana means a killer of Madhudemon. I don't want to kill them. Api Trailokya Rajasya Hetuhu Kim Nu Mahikrite. Even if I get the 3 lokas, even if I get the 3 worlds in return, I still won't kill them. Hetuhu Kim Nu Mahikrite. What to talk of getting the sovereignty over this earth? समझ रहे ना? स्वर्ग भी दोगे तो भी नहीं. What to talk of getting this earth? Now, what is it? Nihatya dharta rashtra naha kapriti sarjana. Yeah, but if they kill you, then he says, what does he say? What was translated? Nihatya means by killing. Sorry, Nihatya is not. No. I was just translating as Nihatta. That is not like that. Nihatya means nicely killing, killing them. Nihatya dharta rashtra naha ka priti sarjanardana. If we have killed these Dhatarashtra's, our brothers, then nah, for us, ka priti. Ka priti means what happiness will be there, Syat, O Janardana. So quite interesting, if I am not wrong, Janardana is a very interesting word. It means killer of people. So he says, we will not, I cannot kill, O Janardana, you can kill. No problem. That's why he's referring to Krishna as Janardana. You can kill, but you don't ask me to kill. Okay. Not only that, we will not be happy, but we will get sin. And all these arguments will be destroyed by Krishna in this when you open the 2nd chapter. Papame vashtayet asman hatvetana tatayinah tasman narha vayam hantum dharta rashtan sabandhavan swajanam hi katham hatva sukhinasyam madhava papam eva ashrayet asman. We are only taking shelter of sin. Nothing will come out of this war, only sin. Why? Hatvetan atatainaha. Because we will be killing these people who are atatais. Now, atatais should be killed. There are 6 kinds of aggressors who should be killed. But he's saying but he's thinking they are, even if they are atatais, even if they are aggressors, but they are relatives, so we'll get sin. It's a strange argument he gives. Atatais, if you kill, you don't get sin. But he says, no, but they are relatives, so we'll get sin. Tasman nahar vayam hantum. It is nahara means it doesn't deserve that they should be killed by us. Tasman narha vayam hantum. We should not kill them. Dhat rashtrans bhadaman. But you just now said they are atatais, they are aggressors. No, but they are dhat rashtrans. Sabandhavan, they are our brothers, like this. They are our bandhus. Swajanam hi katham hatva sukhina syam madhava. O Madhava, Swajanam hi katham hatva, by killing our own kinsmen, own people, how will be happy? So now he's not thinking how Madhava will be happy, how Krishna will be happy. He's thinking how he will be happy, and that is the way how we can be unhappy. If we are thinking of our own happiness, that is the way we will become unhappy. You understand? But you are very very how to say? If Krishna asks, you are very compassionate to them, but they are not able to see this thing. They are very ready to fight. Then Arjuna says, यदप्येते न पश्यन्ति लोभोपहत चेतसः कुलक्षय कृतं दोषं मित्रद्रोहे च पातकं कथं न गेयमस्माभिः पापादस्मान् निवर्तितुं कुलक्षय कृतं दोषं प्रपश्यद्भिर्जनार्दन. यदि एपे एते न पश्यन्ति, एते means all these people, yadi means if even if yadi api, even if these people cannot see, pashyanti means all of them cannot see, not one person, even if all of them cannot see the bad result of the war. Why? Lobo apahata chetasa, because their consciousness has been captured or driven away, or not driven away, captured, kidnapped by greed. So even if they cannot see, kulakshaya kritam dosham. Kulakshaya means destruction of the lineage, and krita dosham, that the fault which will arise from destruction of the lineage of our family. They cannot see it. Why they cannot see? Because of greed. Mitra drohecha patakam, and they are not understanding that doing droh to your friends is a great sin. They are not able to see that. Katham na gayam asmabhi, but we can see. But we can see. We are not greedy. We can see. But then how can we engage in the sin? Are you able to get up this? Papad asman nivartitum. So how can we engage in this kind of sinful activity? They are not able to see, but we are able to see, is it not? If there is a deep depression, if a person is blind, he falls over, that's a different thing. But if a person who has eyes, will he also fall over? That is the argument of Arjuna. Kulaksha kritam dosham prapashyadbhir janata. Prapashyadbhir means?
By those who can see.
Yes, prapashyadbhir, yeah, beautiful. They cannot see, lobho na pashyanti lobho pahata chetasa. But prapashyadbhir, we see very nicely. We see very nicely what is the defect of destroying the lineage. So, oh Janardana, how can we do that? Even if they cannot fight, if they don't understand and they're eager to fight, but we are able to see, we should not do that. Just like if somebody says, Prabhuji, why we should not eat grains on Ekadashi? Everybody is eating. So what will be the answer? They don't know Shastra. Out of greed they are eating, but we should also not behave like this. We know Shastra, we should not eat grains on Ekadashi. Now, this is how we speak. Okay. What is the dosha? If Krishna says, what is the dosha? Then he says, Kulakshaye pranashyanti kuladharma sanatanaha dharme nashte kulam krishnam adharmo bhi bhavatyatah. Kulakshaye pranashyanti. If the kul is shay, if the lineage is destroyed, then kula dharma sanatana, that the kula dharma refers to the family traditions, the rules and regulations of the family traditions which are eternal, they will all be destroyed. Dharme nashte kulam krishnam, and when the dharma is destroyed, kritasna means the whole kula will be, in the whole family lineage, adharmo bhi abhibhavati, there will be adharma rising in all the kulas. You understand? The woman will be disturbed, they will be polluted, and they will be bad progeny. The whole kula, the whole kul means English, the family dynasty, in all of the family dynasty, they will be rising of adharma, irreligion, and we will be responsible for this. So okay, I am not giving much explanation. We have discussed this thing there. What will happen after that? Adharma bhi bhavat Krishna pradushyanti kulastriya strishu dushtashu varshneya jayate varna sankara. Because, oh Krishna, adharma abhi bhavat, when adharma will become prevalent in the dynasty, pradushyanti kulastriya, the kulastriyas will become polluted. That means they will associate with people who are of lesser, lower, bad character. Strishu dushtashu varshneya, oh Varshni, that means, oh best among the Vishnu tenacity, when the women get polluted, jayate varna sankara, then people who are varna sankar, who are unqualified people, will be born. What will happen by that? Shankaro narakayeva kulagnanam kulasya cha पतंति पितरो हि येषाम लुप्त पिंडोदक क्रिया संकरो नरकाएवा. These people will fall to hell. That means those people who are unqualified people of the dynasty, they will fall to hell because they will not follow any dharma. And kulagna nam kulasya, and those people who have destroyed this kul will also fall to hell. We will fall to hell because we have destroyed the kula. We are responsible for that. This is the argument of Arjuna. Patanti pitaro hi esham. Not only they will fall to hell, their pitras will fall to hell also. You must remember that. If you perform devotional service, your pitras will go back to Godhead also. You know, it's mentioned in Kartik Mahatmya, the pitras are praying to Krishna. Krishna, at least somebody should be born in our family who will offer lamb to you, because then by the mercy of Chakrapani, Krishna, we will also be liberated. So all our accounts are linked. All the Matajis and Prabhujis, hear very carefully. If you do hear Bhagavad Gita, not only you are liberated, but all your family members will be liberated. Even if they don't approve of your reading of Bhagavad Gita. पागल हो गई है, पगली कहीं की, भगवद गीता पढ़ रही है. Say this. My daughter has become mad. She is reading Bhagavad Gita and chanting Hare Krishna. No, she is not mad. She is very intelligent. Same thing, the son is very intelligent and very good because he's delivering the four fathers also. I don't have the time, but we have discussed all those things in Prahlad Maharaj's Ukti. Be convinced about this, Vipin Prabhu. And my dear Amarnath, be convinced about this. One person is dedicating his life to Krishna in any ashram, whole lineage gets delivered, even if they are not devotees. Hiranyakashipu, Prahlad Maharaj, you understand? Even if they are not devotees. So you're doing the best thing to your family members. But this thing, but all these people, all the traditions are destroyed. So they will not do any dharma. They will fall to hell and they will cause the pitras to fall to hell also. Pitra, you understand, the forefathers. Why? Lupta pindo daka kriya. Pind and udak. Udak means water. Kriya means actions or rituals. So all the actions of offering nice things, the forefathers will also be destroyed. If we offer water to the forefathers here, they get it as honey and some grains and nice things. Otherwise, they remain hungry only and they will look at us. Does not give anything to us. Does not give anything. We are hungry. But if you offer your food to Krishna, they get, you cannot imagine how much feast. They have a feast. You eat your feast here and your forefathers eat the feast there. Okay. I heard that somebody who hears is there in Bhagavatam, somebody who recites this poem Saman Vrata, that passage of Mother Diti, his forefathers are dancing. Hey, my people are hearing Bhagavatam. I don't know how much that is true. When I'm giving Bhagavatam, my mother told that she saw in the dream her forefathers and they are saying, oh, we are enjoying the Bhagavatam so much. I don't know whether it's a dream or true or we don't know, but something is good. दोषे रेते कुलग्नानां वर्ण संकर कारकै उत्साद्यन्ते जाति धर्मा कुल धर्माश्च शाश्वतः. Dosher etai kulagranam. Because of this dosha and this dosha, that all this lupta pindataka kriya, this offering of oblations to forefather has been stopped. Why? Because people have destroyed the kulagnanam. Varna sankar karike. Because the dynasty was destroyed, this caused varna sankars. And utsadyanti jati dharma. Utsadyanti means destroyed. They destroyed all the jati dharma, what has to be done by a Vaishya or by Kshatriya or by Brahmanas. Kula dharmas shashvata. The eternal kul dharmas were destroyed. It's very simple to understand, is it not? There are in our group, many Sharmas are there, is it not? I'm seeing at least one Sharma. And no, two Sharmas I'm seeing. And there are other Sharmas and many of my students are from, one Sharma is here in front of us. So there are many Brahmanas. At least Brahmana lineage, but do your father and mother are engaged in Brahmanical occupation, or they have some conception of Brahmanical? It's not their fault. Somewhere this lineage was broken. Don't worry. Now you're in a very high class Brahmanical society. It's called ISKCON, and forefather is Prabhupada, and father is a spiritual master. And we have lots of friends and who are all following Brahmanical principles, chanting Hare Krishna. You know that 3.33.7, a person who chants Hare Krishna is better than a Brahmana. So now we have to continue the lineage. Don't die before preaching to at least one person. Okay? You should not die before preaching to one person, so that he will continue the lineage and study Bhagavad Gita, so that this lineage, this knowledge is maintained. Okay? उत्सन्न कुल धर्माणाम मनुष्याणाम जनार्दना नरके नियतम वासो भवति अनुशुश्रमा. What is that? Janardana. Janardana is referring to Krishna. Ussanna kul dharmanam manushanam. What is the meaning of this?
Sana means spoiled, and Kula Dharmana means all those.
Yeah, so those who have spoiled this kula dharma, all these manushas, that means all these people, narake niyatam vaso, all these people who spoil this kul dharma, they will definitely go into hell. How do you know? Bhavati iti anususrama. I have heard this. He does not say, this is my realization. He doesn't speak like that. He says, I have heard from scriptures. That's how we know. That's how we know what is the dharma. Then he says, in front of Krishna, who is the form of religion, Ahobata mahat papam kartum vyavasita vayam yadiraj sukha lobhena hantum swajanamudit. Oh, Ahobata. How strange it is that we are engaging in such a great sinful activities. He's kind of accusing Krishna. Krishna, you also want me to engage in such sinful activity? Like this? Something like that. Ahobata mahat papa. Oh, what kind of sin we are happening? No sin can stand in front of you, Krishna. How are you engaging me in this kind of activity? Kartum vyavasita vayam. Vayam means all of us. Dude, none of us, kisi ki paas aankhein nahi hai. Does none of us have any eyes to see what this such a great sin is happening? People speak like this, is it not? Why? Just because of Rajya Sukulobhina, just because of this greed for tenacity, Hantam Sojana Uddita, we are Udyat, we are very enthusiastic to kill our own relatives. Can't see this? What a great sin it is. Like this, Arjuna is thinking and speaking. I'm just trying to dramatize it. Yadi Mama hold on. You are thinking like this, but they are not thinking like this. They will kill you. If you don't raise weapons, they will kill you. Then also Arjuna says, Yadi mama pratikaram ashastram shastra panayah dhartarashtra rane hanyustan meche mataram bhavit. Yadi mam apratikaram. Apratikar means if I don't do pratikar, if I don't fight back, ashastram shastra panaya. Panaya means hands. So ashastram shastra panaya. If I don't take up weapons and they take up weapons in their hands. Shastra panaya means they take up weapons in their hands, and ashastram, apratikaram, I will not take up weapons in my hand and I will not resist against them. Dhat rashtra rane hanyus, in this battlefield, if they kill me, tanme shema taram bhavit, I feel it is better for me. It is better for me. But you may say, you must understand, he's giving these arguments, but he's not still conclusively able to understand what is good for him. Because that will happen in second chapter. He says, please tell me what is good for me. So by our own logic, we can't understand. Sanjay Vacha Evam Muktvarjunaha Sankhe Rathopastha Upavishat Visarja Sasharam Chapam Shoka Samvigna Manasa. Sanjay said, Evam, this Uktva, having said this, Arjuna, Sankhe means in the battlefield, Rathopastha Upavashat. Ratha Upastha Upavashat. He sat down on the chariot. You must remember, up till now he was standing. You know, Dhanuruddhamna Pandava, he took a bow and he stood up. That's why he could see. And then now, he depressed. Visrajya giving up, Sasharam Chapam. What is the translation of Sasharam?
Along with
Arrows. Sasharam means arrows and Chapam means bow. So giving up his bow and arrow, Shoka Sambhigna Manasa. Sambhigna means disturbed, and Shok means lamentation, and Mana means mind. So his mind was completely depressed because of lamentation, and he just sat down. So we stop here. I hope there are no questions, Prabhuji. आज तो आप आंधी की तरह गए, तूफान की तरह. Yes, कल भी ऐसे ही आंधी तूफान चलाएंगे. We'll not go faster. But maybe we have to do it on 2 days. 2 days. We'll discuss for 2 days. Second chapter, I know we got trouble too much, but today was a small chapter. So I hope you could follow something. Yes. So now Arjuna is where? Arjuna is on the Ratha and is sitting down, is lamenting, and tomorrow he will ask some questions. Arjuna know that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead before he spoke Gita and showed his universal form. Yes, if yes, then please clarify why Arjuna apologizes for treating Krishna as his friend. If no, then please clarify why Arjuna chose Krishna instead of his army. No, I want not clarify because it's time for prasadam. I will clarify all those things when we reach 11th chapter. Okay, but it's a good question. I will ask who asked this question. Anushka Mataji. It's a good question, but I'll answer when we read 11th chapter. It's already quite late, 9:30. Hey, devotee kitchen in charge. Will you get some prasadam? Hopefully. Okay. Idli sir. ठीक है. Thank you all very much. श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे.